Croeso i podlediad Gwasanaeth Ieuenctid Caerdydd I ddathlu Wythnos Gwaith Ieuenctid. Welcome to Cardiff Youth Services podcast in celebration of Youth Work Week. Today we have Maddie and Natalie from Cardiff East team. Would you like to just introduce yourself quickly?
Shmai, my name's Maddie.
And you're a youth support
worker? Okay. I'm a youth support worker in Cardiff East. I've worked in Cardiff East for like 2 years now.
Amazing.
I'm Natalie, and I'm the Youth Development Officer for Cardiff East. And I've been in the youth service my whole life.
Amazing. Love that, Nat. So can you quickly just briefly tell me what opportunities are there for young people in the East?
Well, we've got quite a programme we've been putting together. We've identified through consultations, through
conversations, speaking to different partners in the community, such as school, hub staff.
Yeah, we got a YAG, so within that we got a range of partners, and they talk about things that they've seen. So maybe it might be with the PCSOs, different things.
Yeah.
But mostly the young people are telling us what they want to see, and we've got quite a range. So if we go through, like, mostly are like open access or targeted work.
Yeah.
So starting on a Monday, we will have Your Life, Your Future drop-ins. So it's for young people 16 plus who are looking to get into education, training, employment, but they might not feel quite ready. We're working in partnership with Interwork and
Amazing.
Careers Wales, but we'll also have youth support workers doing one-to-one support, offering agorids. Some will be case-loaded.
Yeah.
They might need additional support. I know Maddie runs an inner strength project.
Yeah, so that's based around, again, conversations with the community. It's based around like anger management, emotional health and well-being, and being safe online and in person. And that was developed through conversations with young people, and it's an accredited programme, so they'll actually get an agorid Cymru if they complete the whole thing.
Amazing.
So we'll be running that as part of an offer, as part of our drop-in sessions. But we will be looking at doing a breaking barriers for those young people who are not quite ready to enter into ET. We'll do a lot more focused work with them.
Yeah.
On a Monday evening as well, we have basketball club. So it's
Amazing.
a partnership with
Cardiff Met, so they come in and provide the club as such, and the coaching.
So the Your Life, Your Future will be 2 till 5 o'clock, and then the basketball is 5 till 7 o'clock.
Yeah, roughly.
And then in the evening, then we have 2 street-based teams out in Llanrumney at different times, gathering information, speaking to young people on the street, going to the new skate park, consulting with young people, finding what they want. On a Tuesday, we have a after-school youth club at Llanrumney Hub, which we've been recently consulting with our new cohort of year 6s who are just moving in, and they've told us everything that they want, and we've put together some planning, and we've got an exciting programme for over summer. So
brilliant.
that should be a great in for them.
Definitely. And then
In the evening,
we've got Juniors Open Access Youth Club at St Mellons Hub, which is 6:15 till 8:30. And there we're doing projects like cooking projects, we're doing sports, we've been doing a lot of issue-based work, like with the drunk goggles obstacle courses, using...
We will have fire safety people coming out and stuff, like arson reduction.
Yeah.
Just themes around things that young people are telling us.
Yeah, definitely.
That are happening in the area. There's a bike maintenance they've been doing. They even do some litter picking, don't they, and stuff. They're really good.
Yeah.
Then on a Wednesday, we have Wellbeing Youth Club, the free-to-be Wellbeing Youth Club, which was born out of young people from Case Loaded saying that they didn't feel like the mainstream was quite right for them, and they needed a safe space. So it started off, there was some young people who might have been elected home educated, haven't left the house in a long time, young people who are LGBTQ+ or neurodiverse and didn't feel they fitted in school. And they've come together and formed this group, and it's gone from strength to strength. These young people are actually outstanding, aren't they?
Yeah, they've completed a lot of projects. They've gone on a lot of trips. Right now they're doing, what are they doing? A recycled fashion project with our trainee Grace. And that's a really great space for them. They're learning new skills, they're making new friends.
They're going to be walking in the Pride Parade.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that.
They've also taken, we're amazed with them. They've taken part in social value projects. They've spoken to elected members and held court and talked about what young people want in the community. They've been part of the local development plan. They volunteered with the older generation in Posh Club. Some of them were elected home educated, and now they've actually started going to school. They form friendships that in school they don't feel alone, they don't feel so isolated. They formed the Free to Be podcast, interviewing influential speakers like our very own Principal Youth Officer James Heelan, and Justin Drag, transgender drag king. It's just been really, really good. These young people are so empowered.
Yeah, they've created the sensory room, which is totally designed by one young person in particular. She designed the whole thing. She really thought about what would benefit everybody, and now that's a space we use. Like, there's opportunity not just for the wellbeing group to use it, but also I take one-to-ones in there. We go in there.
I do
We
supervisions
use
in there.
it.
If you
Everyone
need to
uses
talk
it.
in this such a calming space, but then
Yeah.
other people in the community, we've offered for them to use this to say into work. They might be having a one-on-one with someone. Use this space. This space, it's relaxing. It feels inviting. So these young people have created space for everyone.
Amazing.
On Wednesday night,
Still only on Wednesday, guys.
Sorry, but there's
No, it's amazing.
there's Trowbridge street-based youth work going out, and at the moment they're consulting again with young people, trying to create an evidential base for what they want. And then Thursday we have Senior Youth Club, which is Year 9 plus, which is ages from 6:15 till 8:30, and Maddie can tell you about that.
Yeah, so it's providing similar activities to the juniors, but in a more age-appropriate way, and more the issue-based things we look at are like relationships, school, exam stress, that type of thing.
Yeah.
They love a bit of
Living on a
chess.
budget and
Cooking, healthy
Music.
meals. Yeah, and so that goes on to Friday, where we've got Stronger Minds currently, which is a targeted boys group. So they're doing, they've done the VR identity, I believe. So we utilise that quite a lot in the East. We've done it in St Illtyd's, we've done it in Eastern High. And following on from them, we've had young people come on caseload so they can have a bit of extra one-to-one support when needed. The Stronger Minds group, they're doing loads. They've got the BMX.
yeah. So this key group come out of our seniors and stuff, and they were identified as maybe they needed a male thing to talk peer to peer without distractions and things. So this group was formed, and these boys have just done absolutely amazing. They've gone from strength to strength. So they did the identity, and they've really embraced it, taken it on. They've managed to get bursary schemes so that they can go over to the BMX track and go whenever they want. So Cardiff Met are paying for that, which is amazing. So that gives them an extra activity to do. But they're also working with Silk Futures now. Kays from Silk Futures was a young person who used to go to the youth club, who got in a lot of trouble and things, but he's turned his life around, and now he's creating music and meaningful rap with those young people, and they're performing, and honestly,
it's amazing.
they need to get it up on
It's
Spotify.
expressive.
It's so good.
That's so cool.
They recently had the street doctors come down and talk about knife crime and how to help out when in a first aid. But the BBC also come down and filmed as well. And they really
embraced it, and this group of boys have really come a very long way, I would say, and they were so polite and they were so engaged. It was just really, it was wicked.
They reflected on what they've been doing, what they've learnt, and they were saying, like, it's about different choices, and you have choices you can make, and we've been learning about the best choices to make, and we think it's really helped. And I was so proud of these young men.
Yeah. You've seen that journey from like start to
Yeah.
where they're at now, which
so
is
moving forward with them now, well, they've just done a legacy art project and they've just done a big graffiti art on a shipping container that we've got. But they want to turn it into a bike maintenance workshop. So Sarah in our team, youth support worker, is qualified to deliver the agorid in that. So they'll learn that, get a qualification. And it's all their plan. They were like, oh, and then we'll fix up bikes for the youngers. And we'll support the youngers, which we think, oh my days, that's so amazing. And luckily, some of our social value partners have said, like, when we do our skips, we get lots of bikes. We can give you broken bikes for you to fix up.
wow.
So, yeah, the world's our oyster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're really
Very
proud.
creative and
some of,
basing it around the community as well.
yeah, we're looking like for sustainability and longevity in everything we're doing. So we don't want this group now to just have these numbers of weeks and then there's no continuation. There is a continuation. We want them to be peer leaders now. We want them to do D&V and we want them to gain that. And they've got the bursary with the BMX place and different things. They can set that example now. And as you can tell, I'm just...
You're really passionate about it.
I'm just so
No,
proud of these
amazing.
young people. And yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask you now, beth nath wneud chi bod yn gweithwyr ieuenctid? What made you want to be a youth worker?
So when I was growing up, when I was younger, I know a lot of youth workers had youth workers and that's what inspired them, but I didn't. And then when I went to university, I started doing teaching and I thought, this isn't for me. It's not quite like in line with my values. And then I just scrolled through the courses. I saw youth work and I felt like that is something that really resonated with me. And I always live by be the person who you needed when you were younger.
Yeah.
So that's what made me want to be a youth worker.
Oh, that's really nice.
And she's an absolutely brilliant youth worker.
Of course.
And she's developing more and more every day. But
Thanks.
you're a shining example. And the young people absolutely love her.
Amazing.
And to be fair, the whole team are absolutely fantastic. Within the East of Cardiff, a lot of them have grown up there. They might have come through the youth service themselves and stuff. There's a real buy-in, a real family feel there. People genuinely care about the locality, about the young people, about them progressing. There's a real love, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a community. It's tight-knit within our group and then within the young people.
And I feel like the community and the young people can see that we really are invested in them. We want this community to absolutely thrive.
Yeah.
And we'll do anything to help them.
Yeah.
So I got into youth work because youth workers have been my idols my whole life, like growing up in Splot with lots of deprivation and different things. Like going to the youth club in Eastmoors was like the highlight of my week.
Yeah.
And these adults would talk to me respectfully and really help me delve deep into why I was acting in certain ways and things like that, and say they were proud of me and different things. And honestly, it just, as that continued, I just continued to like then volunteer in different things, and I just thought I need to give back what someone's given me. My life would be so different if it wasn't for these people. And I just really value it. So that's got me into youth work.
Amazing. Thank you, Nat. What is your favourite youth work memory, Mads?
Oh, my favourite youth work memory is probably the first summer camp I did.
This is my one.
It was amazing because it was my first residential. It was my first I was doing 9 hours a week before, so it was the longest I'd spent with any of these young people. And we were sitting around the campfire and they were asking us like these type of questions, like why do you want to be a youth worker? And just like sitting around that fire and having that amazing feeling of being connected, and we'd like done activities in the day and just really like seeing my relationship with quite a few of the young people that I attended go from being a bit, I don't really know you, to having a really good relationship with them and having a laugh, and just that, like, us all sitting around the fire. Oh my God.
It was
wholesome
amazing.
vibes.
Usually we're asking young people a lot of questions, but we're sat around the fire, it's dark, and everyone's just relaxing after a long day, reflecting on the day, and the young people are like, why did you workers get into youth work? And then I think it was quite nice for us youth workers to talk about our passion and why we got into it.
And like they were genuinely interested. Like,
and the young people were just like, I want to be like you, I do. And it was really lovely.
Yeah.
But there was another thing at the summer camp which I liked, like one of the young people who's elected home educated had come there and was like, I've literally said to Maddie, I've had the absolute best time of my whole entire life, but I'm worried that I'm going to forget it. So she was getting sad because she thought she was going to forget everything. And Maddie had to say, like, Maddie was like, you might not remember a lot of different things specific, but you'll never forget this feeling, okay? And Maddie was, for me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely.
Warmed my heart.
It's so inspiring to hear like how passionate you are about it as well. Like, thank you so much for coming to talk to me today.
Diolch.
Diolch yn fawr, Geilis.
Diolch, cariad.